Don't blink and don't click away, because in the next few minutes, we're opening a hard truth most people avoid: how bright beloved actors slipped into the darkest nights. Please watch till the end, because I'll share a simple list of the stars we're covering, the honest facts about their last hours, and a gentle message that ties every story together. Here's the list we'll walk through with care: Marilyn Monroe, Judy Garland, John Belushi, Chris Farley, River Phoenix, Brad Renfro, Heath Ledger, Corey Monteith, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Anna Nicole Smith, Dana Plato, Gene Seberg, Dorothy Dandridge, and Wallace Reed. Now let's honor them with respect, in plain words, and without glamorizing the pain that took them. Marilyn Monroe's rise was a dream shaped for cameras, but her nights were often heavy and quiet. In her final hours, the room was still, the phone nearby, the calendar full, and the world demanding more, always more. The official cause pointed to an overdose of barbiturates. What most people forget is how isolated she had become. Fame brought attention, not safety. The idea that one more pill could fix a sleepless night was a lie that many in her circle believed to. Judy Garland sang like hope itself, a voice that lifted whole rooms. But life after that early spotlight was a maze of pressure, touring, and exhaustion. Barbiturates were handed out to keep her going, then to help her sleep, then to make tomorrow possible. It was a cycle that did not forgive mistakes. Her death was ruled an accidental overdose, and it still hurts to say that out loud, because the truth behind it was long and slow and full of people asking her to be strong. For one more show, John Belushi lit up every scene he touched. He was the life of the party on screen, but off screen he carried a weight that jokes could not hide. A speedball heroin mixed with cocaine took him from us in a hotel room. That should have been just another stop. When the laughter fades, what stays is a question. Who got to hear the quiet version of him? The version that needed rest more than applause? Chris Farley followed a similar path. Big heart, big talent, and a need to make everyone feel better, no matter how he felt inside. He was loved, and he was struggling. In his final hours, that same deadly mix ended the fight. His story reminds us how often pain hides in bright places. The line between "I'm fine" and "I need help" can be a whisper the world does not hear. River Phoenix was young, gifted, and gentle. Outside a music club, his heart gave out after a speedball and other substances. The headlines were loud, but the truth was simple and sad. A kind soul ran out of time. He was a friend, a brother, an artist who did not need the mess that followed fame. When people talk about him now, they speak softly because softness is what he gave them. Brad Renfro grew up on screen, then grew up too fast. The streets around him changed when the lights did. Heroin took him at home, quietly. He was only in his mid-20s, yet he felt older than most people ever feel. His story is not about a single night. It is about a long battle that didn't get the steady help it needed. Heath Ledger's passing stunned the world. He was working hard, not chasing a party. His overdose came from a mix of prescription medicines, painkillers, sleeping pills, and anti-anxiety drugs that many people see as safe because they come from a pharmacy. That is the hidden danger. In his last hours, it wasn't chaos. It was calm. He lay down to rest and did not wake up. It reminds us how risky it is to stack medicines, even when each one seems small on its own. Corey Monteith had done rehab, had done press, had done the work to get back on track. Then a hotel room, a quiet night, heroin mixed with alcohol, and a life cut short. It's hard because he knew the risk, wanted better, and still lost. That is how addiction fights back softly, then all at once. Philip Seymour Hoffman was widely respected for his craft. He returned to heroin after years of being clean. In his last hours, a mix of drugs overwhelmed him. People speak about his talent with awe, but the lesson in his death is stark. Addiction does not care about awards, age, or wisdom. It waits. It is patient, and it can be fatal in a moment of weakness. Anna Nicole Smith's path was public and messy, but her final hours were quiet. A cocktail of prescription drugs took her breath. Painkillers and anxiety pills, sleep aids, each has a purpose, and together they can take a life. She left behind a baby and a trail of questions the cameras couldn't answer. Dana Plato, whom many remember from a Sunny sitcom, died from a toxic mix of painkillers and a muscle relaxant. It was ruled a suicide. Her life is a reminder that child fame often leaves deep marks. The sweet image on the screen covers a young person trying to become an adult under a weight. Most of us will never know Gene Seberg's death was tied to barbiturates. She was found in her car, and many believe she was driven into despair by years of harsh attention, harassment, and pressure. Her story shows how public storms can break private hearts. Dorothy Dandridge was a pioneer who paid a high price for leading the way. Her death was ruled an overdose of barbiturates. She faced closed doors and cold rooms and carried those moments alone. When we honor her, we also honor the fight it took to get where she did. Wallace Reed was one of early Hollywood's brightest faces. After an onset injury, morphine was used to keep him working. The penance followed, then a slow decline. He died young, and his story became one of the first public warnings about drug use in the film industry. It was a warning that went mostly unheard as the machine kept rolling. So what do these last hours have in common? Some were loud, some were quiet, some were accidental, some were tied to despair. Many mixed substances that should never meet. Most involved isolation, hotel rooms, empty homes, nights that felt longer than they should. Almost all of them sat on top of years of pressure, long shoots, long tours, late calls. A face that had to look rested even when the body was not. Pills looked like help. Pills often came from trusted hands. The danger hid in plain sight. If you are watching this and you are struggling, please hear this part clearly. You are not weak for needing help. You are human. Talk to someone you trust today. Reach out to a friend, a family member, or a professional. If you ever feel in danger, call your local emergency number right away. If your feelings are heavy but not urgent, connect with a counselor or a support line in your country. Help is real, and it works best when we ask early. These names: Marilyn, Judy, John, Chris, River, Brad, Heath, Corey, Philip, Anna Nicole, Dana, Jean, Dorothy, Wallace are not just headlines. They are people who gave us comfort, laughter, and wonder. They carried our joy until they could not carry their own. The kindest thing we can do is carry each other a little more and carry the lessons forward. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Tell me in the comments which story stays with you and why. If you learned something helpful today, please like this video so it reaches more people, and subscribe for more thoughtful, respectful tributes. Share this with someone who might need the message. Take care of yourself tonight. Drink water, get some rest, text a friend back, and I'll see you in the next one.